Hey guys, tonight we're making chocolate cake. We're doing this one for Chloe for her birthday. We have 3 cups of all-purpose flour. We have 3 cups of granulated sugar over here. We have 4 large eggs. Of course, I separate those by myself before we get started so we don't get eggshell like I just did. We have 1½ cup of unsweetened cocoa. We have that over here. I'm using Hershey's tonight. We also have 1 tablespoon of baking powder. 1 tablespoon of baking soda. We have 1½ teaspoon of baking powder. We have 1½ teaspoon of salt. Here you are. We have 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. We have 1½ cup of buttermilk. We have 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Now we're going to mix all of this up and we'll show you how in just a moment. We're going to make sure we get all of this together, and I'll have all of the ingredients in our description box. Hey guys, we started by taking the cocoa powder and mixing it in with the flour. We're going to take all of our ingredients, our salt. Come on, Chloe, I need you. You got your gloves on? Okay. Take all of those powders and stuff. Take all of the powders. Say happy birthday to Chloe.
Put it in here.
Yep, we're going to take all of our dry ingredients and put them over in the flour. It's okay. You just take these and put them inside each other and move them to the side. Then what you're going to do is take a spoon. You can use any spoon, any big spoon that's clean. Okay, we're gonna take the spoon. We gonna you gotta take one hand and hold this bowl, or all of that stuff gonna fly over on the floor. Stir it up very good, Chloe.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like inside.
Yep, stir it up real good, Chloe. Get the sides in. Mix all of that in. We don't want any white, because you're making a chocolate cake, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. We're making chocolate cake here. So you get all of that mixed in so that the white powder will be chocolate. I love that mixture. Come on, guys. Mix that on up. We're going to show you what that looks like. We're going to show you what that looks like when we come back. I'm going to go ahead and finish from here. Video. Okay, guys, we're back. We're going to we're taping on TikTok, and we're taping on TikTok, and we're taping on YouTube. So we don't own the rights to the music. Again, I have to say that. We have to say that through here. We love Uncle Charlie. We don't want to take anything from him. We're gonna sift this. We mixed all of the ingredients, all of our dry ingredients. We've mixed those up very, very, very well. And we're going to sift those. I have an old sifter. I don't even think they make these anymore. These new sifters, I see this is a sifter from when I first came out on my own. So we're going to pour everything in this sifter. I'm going to sift it twice. We just use all-purpose flours, guys. You don't have to have cake flour. If you choose, you can, but I don't because I sift. If you sift, you don't need cake flour. Just a word to the wise. I use all-purpose flour for all my cakes, and I've been selling and making cakes for many years. So please, by all means, here you go. You see what that looks like?
Oh, it's like a drainer.
And you see how it has the little leftovers? We're going to get rid of those. We're going to pour those right on down the drain. So we're going to take it. That's why I had 2 bowls up here. Doesn't matter how many bowls you have, you're going to have to clean it up anyway when you get finished, guys. So we're going to take it and we're going to sift it a second time. So we're going to take it and put it back in here. We're going to sift it, and I'm going to sift the sugar over in it once I'm done with this. I just wanted to separate it, because I only sift the sugar in once to get it a little finer than what it already is. So basically, I'm just pouring this in here. You might get a little bit to fall over to the side that might not get sifted. Don't feel bad. Just keep going.
ERD, you right.
All right, guys. And we're going to just take this right here, and we're going to go ahead and sift this. You see how I sifted? Chris, you want to get over here so the people on here can see how you sifted?
Let's see how we sift.
So everybody on YouTube, on TikTok, you see we just sifting it. I got an old sifter. It's an old turn knob sifter, and I'm just sifting. And you see how fine this comes out and how I fluffed it up? That's all we wanted to do. I don't want to leave any ingredients in here. I already had to throw out the little fatties that was in there in the other way. So we're done with the sifter. We're done with that for now. We're going to use it. We are going to use the sifter one more time, but I'm going to sift it in a bowl. So I'm making a little mess here, so you guys have to excuse me. I'm going to put the sifter over in here for a second. I'm going to put my sugar over in here, and I'm going to sift this sugar. See, it's already coming through on its own. But you see how it has the little fatties in there? This is why I sift my sugar when I'm making this cake. Chris, you want the people on YouTube to see?
Yeah.
On TikTok to see? Uh-oh, I'm not getting it.
And guys, since Valentine's is going on, turn on some Valentine's.
You see how it's some little fatties in there? That's the sugar. I'm dumping that out. I wanted to do the sift the sugar over in there. So now I'm about to sift the sugar over in. I'm going to put it over in here with this, with the food.
That all just came out.
It came right out because it didn't need to do anything else. So now I'm going to mix this on up with the with everything else, with the flour and all of the other stuff. I'm mixing it on up. I will have all of the ingredients in the description box. And we'll see. Guys over on TikTok, we're not ignoring you. We're just making this YouTube so it will all be together so it won't be a big mess.
Yes, Miss Lauren. Fun.
Thank you.
Fun. Get up and dance or something.
All right, guys. I'll be right back. We're going to pour our buttermilk in here. And our mixture. And we're not going to mix these eggs in one at a time. We're just going to put them on over in here with our other stuff. After I get all of this buttermilk out of here. I usually do my eggs one at a time, but I forgot with this chocolate one I don't have to. But I do have a mess to clean up. But while that chicken is in the oven, we're going to go ahead and get our mess fixed up here. That was the vanilla. Here's our vegetable oil.
Nobody want to hear it now.
I think I spilled a little bit of my vegetable oil. So I'm going to go over here to my little handy dandy container. And give me a little more vegetable oil. I only needed a half a cup of vegetable oil, and I spilled some when I did my little oops up. So I wanted to make sure it was enough in there. We're going to put our 4 eggs over in there. And you guys want the description, everything that's going to be in this cake. I need you to go over to Cooking with Granny Peaches on YouTube and check me out. Did you want to mix this? And we just going to mix this up. And YouTube, we'll be right back. You gonna miss the party.
Okay. Who just joined? Okay.
Hey guys, we are done mixing. You don't want to overmix because you don't want bubbles. But if you do get bubbles like I just did, all you have to do with those bubbles is pop the bottom of your cake pan once you get everything in your cake pan. Now, while we're waiting, we're going to butter and flour those cake pans. So I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a moment. Let Granny Peaches clean this mess up and then get to that part.
Yes.
Okay, guys, we're back. We're getting ready to grease these pans. Sorry, YouTube, we're not ignoring you. We're just about to get our stuff together for this video so it can go on our YouTube channel, Cooking with Granny Peaches. So here, we are greasing the pans, and then we're going to flour. Up here, Chris. And so you grease your pan very well. You can use Crisco or you can use butter. It's your choice. But you just make sure you don't leave grease in the pan or oil in the pan. See, YouTube and TikTok, you see too, you just grease in the pan to make sure it's covered very well. And you do the last pan, because this is going to be a 3-layered cake. You do the last one. I've been doing it so long, I end up with nothing left over. So, then you go through, you put a little flour in each of the bottoms. And then I'm going to take this glove off because I don't want to get any, grease on the outside of my pan. Make sure you don't get any grease on the outside of your pan. It's hell to clean. You knock all of the excess out of there. You're just using it to keep your pan from sticking, from your cake from sticking to the pan. You see how the whole pan is covered? See, guys, the whole pan is covered. You make sure everything is covered. That one is done. I'm gonna do this one. And if you have all spring foil foam pans, form pans, I'm gonna show you how to do it in that one as well. You gotta make sure it's all the way in the bottom as well. This is for our chocolate cake. Sorry for the banging, guys. I just wanted to make sure it was covered fully. No, I'm going to show how to do it in a spring foam pan. Just in case. You make sure when you get it out of the cracks, you get it out of the cracks and crevices, because you don't want white on your chocolate cake. And that's it. You take it and then you dump the rest over in the garbage. Thanks for coming by. Okay, guys, we're going to make sure that each one of these pans have the same amount of cake mixture in them. I did not mean to do that. And I got to bring these other ones over here. Just make sure that the pans are pretty much the same. Make sure your pans are the same size. Make sure you put the same amount of cake mix in the pans if you can. These two I'm going to have to come back over. And I'll be back in a second to show you what a done product is.
Still here.
Hey guys, so here we are. We've measured these out. All three of them are pretty much the same. I think my spring foam pan is a little more than the rest. And we had a little oops up, so TikTok got to see the oops up, but you guys did a good thing. However, basically, you just measure these out and beat them down. If you see that it's bubbles, come on in, honey. If you see it's bubbles in here, all you have to do is take that or get you a little knife. Get you a little knife and knock a couple of these bubbles out. It happens. It won't be the first or the last cake. Just knock those out. You see how those bubbles are coming loose a little bit? If you take the pan and drop it on the bottom, you can get them. But for some of the ones that's a little stubborn, all you have to do is take the knife and go through there across the top, and it'll knock them out, and it'll smooth right back down. That's from overbeating. I had Chloe beating, and then I turned around and beat some more. So don't overbeat if you don't have to. I was just trying to show her how to bake her own cake so she can learn how to bake her own cake at home. We're all going to have some cake here and share it, and she's going to take her a little bit of it home. I usually make her some little goodies in the morning and send them over next door to her by the boys. So you see, I'm just busting these up, knocking a little hole in the little bubbles that did up here. That's all you have to do. We're going to stick these in the oven for 45 minutes on 350 degrees. And then we'll have chocolate cake. We got to let them sit and cool after that, and then go from there. But like I said, you could take your cake, drop it on the bottom. I didn't want to do too much, but that's all you basically have to do is take it like that, and it'll knock any of them out that's excess. I hate to do all of that knocking while you guys are in, but I have to show you. Sorry about that. And there you have it. We're going to put these in the oven for a few minutes, 45 minutes, and see what we come out with. See you guys back in a few, YouTube. Hey guys, these 3 cakes have come out the oven. I tried to compensate by turning the stove up to 55 instead of the 350 for that 45 minutes. I should have left it the same. Alright, we'll see tomorrow. We're going to let these cool off tonight. Miss Chloe had to go home, so we're going to see how they turned out and come back and see you tomorrow.
Welcome to Granny Peach's Kitchen with Chris and Blair. Today we're making chocolate frosting. Yum!
Okay guys, today we're making chocolate frosting. We have 3.5 cups of confection sugar. We have 1/2 cup of Hershey's cocoa unsweetened chocolate. We've got 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. We have 1 cup, which is 2 sticks of unsalted butter. We have 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We have 3 tablespoons of milk. So we're going to get started by putting the sugar in. And we're going to put the cocoa in. And we're gonna mix that up real good together. And so we can just blend it in with the butter. I want to make sure that all of it is going to be chocolate. So I'm going to mix those 2 together first. And then we'll come together and mix it. When I'm blending, Blair, can you cut it out? When I'm blending it together, I'm going to turn off the mixer so that you don't have to hear that part. You know how to mix. So we're going to do this part together first. I'm also going to throw the salt in at this given point and mix it in pretty good. I like using salted butter, but there's a little more salt in the salted butter for this amount. So I'm just using unsalted butter for this. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in my butter. Of course, the butter has to be room temperature. So I'm going to do the butter now, and I'm going to mix that very well with the sugar, the cocoa, and the salt. And I'll be back and show you what it'll look like at that point. Okay, guys, so now this is the time we're going to add in our vanilla. We got 2 teaspoons of vanilla. We're going to add those in. It kind of looks like cookie dough or something right now, but I'm going to mix this in, and then I'll come back with the vanilla and the milk, and you're only going to add a little bit of milk at a time as it whips. You see it's starting to smooth out a little bit already. As I do the vanilla a little bit at a time, maybe 1/2 of a tablespoon at a time, you'll see the difference as you go, as you add it in. We'll be back. See guys, it's starting to whip a little bit already. As you go, it'll get fuller and fuller and fuller. And we'll be back. Hey guys, this is the finished product. The ingredients I told you is all it is. And when we get finished with this cake, I'll show you the finished product, and I'll let the kids do a taste tester. Okay guys, let me know how you like the chocolate cake. Is it okay?
Yeah.
It's good. I'm taking
good.
hers.
You can take some more home. Here.
Yeah,
It is good.
Nah.
Is it moist? Is it dry? Is it?
It's moist.
We wouldn't put the frosting on until Chloe came back over, so we just did it today.